And Young Buzz, welcome back to the channel. Today we need to talk about something that honestly shook the entire K-pop world the moment it dropped. Stray Kids did not just release an album, they dropped a statement. A loud, earth-shaking, chart-breaking statement. And the numbers, the reactions, the impact, everything is telling the same story. SKZ is on a completely different level right now. But what does that really mean for K-pop? For the fans? For their future? And do you think they're finally entering that unreachable global act tier? Let's dive deep and talk about it together. So on the 21st, Stray Kids released their new album titled Do It. And I swear, the moment this album hit platforms, the world responded instantly. We're talking double title tracks, Shinseon Noim and Do It, and both songs immediately launched themselves across global charts like they were born to be there. By the way, just pause for a second and think about the timing. This wasn't a comeback surrounded by tons of hype teasers daily for months. Stray Kids just dropped a project and the world shifted. That alone is insane. Now let's break down what actually happened, because the achievements are almost hard to keep up with. First, Do It topped iTunes album charts in 37 regions globally. 37. That is not normal. That is domination. And they're not just topping any charts. They hit #1 on the worldwide European iTunes album chart as of November 21. This is Europe we're talking about, one of the hardest regions for K-pop to chart consistently outside the big names. But SKZ didn't just chart, they took the top spot. And then the title track Do It, oh my gosh. It debuted at #1 on both worldwide and European iTunes song charts. #1. Global. Plus, it dominated in 20 regions. That means your playlist, my playlist, someone in Brazil's playlist, a fan in France, another in Thailand, we're all listening to the same song. That's how widespread this comeback is. But here's the part that truly made my jaw drop. They didn't just chart high. They didn't just take a #1 in one category. Stray Kids simultaneously swept the worldwide and European iTunes album and song charts. Albums and songs. At the same time. You know how rare that is? Global listeners are literally praising the album's completion, which means people are seeing this as a fully polished, no-skip masterpiece. And honestly, I have to agree. You can hear the experimentation, but also the confidence, the we know exactly who we are now type of sound. But hold on, this is only the beginning, because Spotify numbers, they're even crazier. Stray Kids just achieved their career high on Spotify. They became the first K-pop album ever to top the Countdown chart global top 10 for 3 consecutive weeks. 3 weeks. First K-pop album in history. This chart is based on pre-saves, which means fans were not only excited, they were committed. People literally reserved the album before it even dropped. Not only that, they also became the first K-pop album to reach 1 million streams on Spotify Countdown. This isn't just about streams after release. This is about anticipation, hype, engagement. Spotify is literally telling us that user interest for Do It was off the charts before release day even arrived. Then when the album finally dropped, the title track Do It hit its peak at 11th place on Spotify's Daily Top Songs Global with more than 3.33 million streams. And in the US, this is huge, the song reached 13th place. 13th. Their previous peak in the US was 49th. This is not growth. This is a leap. A jump so big that even Billboard would choke on their coffee reading it. And let's not skip Fresh Play, which also went global at 23rd and hit 49th in the US. SKZ isn't just charting with one song, they're charting with multiple. That's when you know the album isn't just being listened to, it's being replayed over and over again. Now, let's talk sales. Because Stray Kids did something only top-tier K-pop acts are capable of. Do It achieved million-seller status within a single day. One day. They sold 1.49 million copies just like that. It topped the weekly physical albums chart and Circle Chart's weekly retail albums chart without even blinking. And the music video? Oh, the music video. The moment it was released, it shot straight to #1 on YouTube's worldwide trending music videos. It stayed there from the afternoon of the 21st all the way until the morning of the 24th. As of noon on the 24th, it already surpassed 31 million views. That pace is brutal. It's powerful. It's Stray Kids being more than idols. They're cultural movers at this point. If you've seen the MV, you know exactly what I mean. The members transformed into modern-day gods. The intensity in their performances, the visual styling, the concept. It all blends into this perfect storm of Stray Kids, but even bolder. It's the type of music video you rewatch because there's always something new happening in the background. And I think this is why they're trending so fast. People aren't just watching, they're analyzing, reanalyzing, pausing, replaying. And now, for fans who just can't get enough, there's even more. They're releasing the Do It remixes today at 2 p.m. The album includes 6 tracks. The original Do It, its remix versions like Turbo, Sped Up, Slowed Down, and instrumental versions, plus Overdrive. And yes, the music video for Do It remixes will be released too. So the wave is far from over. This comeback has layers, it has momentum, and it's still growing. But here's where I want to talk with you, not just to you. Stray Kids has always had a loyal fan base, a loud fan base, a powerful fan base. But this comeback feels different. It feels like the world outside the fandom suddenly woke up and said, wait, Stray Kids are actually insane. People who never listened to SKZ before are suddenly discovering them because the charts keep pushing the songs in their faces. And guess what? They're liking it. This is what happens when a group reaches that phase where their music introduces itself, when the algorithm is basically a stay now. But I want to ask you guys, are we witnessing SKZ entering a new era? A new global tier? Because if you look at the numbers, Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, physical sales, it's reading more like a global music act than just a K-pop group. And I'm not trying to overhype it. I'm looking at the data, and the data is screaming. Personally, I feel like Stray Kids found their signature sound, leveled it up, and delivered a project that is unapologetically them, but with refined production. Do It doesn't sound like they tried to please everyone. It sounds like they made what they wanted to make. And ironically, that's what pleases everyone. But what about you guys? Does Do It hit differently? Do you think it surpasses their previous work? Or do you think another era is still your favorite? Let's talk about that in the comments, because I actually want to hear your opinions. Which track on the album hits you the hardest? Which part of the music video made you replay it? And do you think Stray Kids is now one of the most influential K-pop groups globally? Because for me at this point, they're not just climbing, they're setting new stairs. And that's what makes this comeback so interesting. It's not just about numbers, it's about growth, global acceptance, recognition, non-fans finally paying attention, people calling them modern gods, not just visually but musically. But here's the real question. Where do they go from here? If this is their new baseline, then the future is honestly scary, in the best way possible. I'm Young Buzz. Thank you for watching. Let's continue the conversation in the comments. I'll be reading what you all think.